Hello YouTube, welcome back. It's been a while. I've made sure to enjoy this off season and not really be doing much. I'm just going to give people a heads up of what I've been doing, why I've not been posting videos, things that have been going off in the account and just general stuff. And yeah, reminding people obviously now I've moved alliances, so I'm back in SSX. Hoping for a Masters sort of finish in Alliance War, but we'll see. Alliance War at the moment is a very interesting topic amongst players, especially with the competitive community. But we'll stay off that for a little bit. So I'm just gonna have like just general any content, sort of probably just from where I've been doing Alliance War things in off season. Just in the background while I'm talking away, just so hopefully it shouldn't be too boring and maybe feel like too much of a podcast. In terms of the game itself, what I've been doing for the off season, I've done a couple of streams here and there, but I haven't really done much. Most of the time when I've been able to sort of like sneak some like battlegrounds in, I've been doing it like here and there, or when I've been like waiting, say like somewhere else or where I'm out, so I can't really stream it from at home. And I'm just picking up like 1 or 2 matches each and every so often just to try and get them in, especially on the pushes and stuff to the Gladiator Circuit. That tended to be the case more than not. I was just trying to pick up like 1 match while I was sat in the car or things like that, just trying to get them done quite quickly. But the next season of Battlegrounds, I do intend to stream the Gladiator Circuit or the Victory Track matches, so hopefully I can do that and actually fulfill that promise. But yeah, so majority of the time at the minute, unfortunately, I've not really been like at home and playing much. Again, I'll probably contradict myself because later on I'm going to show a clip of where I did the incursions, so I definitely have been playing a bit. But just there, I was just like chatting away to friends on like Discord and stuff while I was doing it instead of live streaming it. But again, in the future, probably and possibly could live stream the incursion runs. So yeah, I've just basically been out and about. I've not been kind of sitting around and at home and just playing, being around to play the game all the time. Just been busy. Life just gets busy sometimes. This war here, we're against SGA, so some good friends in there. So they did really well. Pretty sure if I remember rightly, they won quite comfortably in this war, but it's what it is. It's off season. These things happen. It just affects the amount of loyalty people can get. But yeah, so going back to Alliance War now, as I'm going to go back into the Masters Alliance and the Masters scene, we have the change to the global tactic. Sorry, just to do a quick shout. Opened 1 of the new featured crystals so far, and as you can see there, I got Groot. We love to see it. So yes, I've only opened 1. I was trying to still open up other shards and crystals to try and bolster the account, especially in terms of Battlegrounds. But it's not been, unfortunately, that good, and it obviously meant that I didn't have thousands of shards and crystals hoarded up ready to be opened with this new feature. But from what I've seen from the openings, everybody else seems to be doing pretty good out of it, so hopefully when I get to open a few more over the coming weeks and months, we should get something good too. Anyway, going back to the Alliance War tactics, you see here Unsteady Ground is the global on display in this war. It has been all off season. Sadly, between it and the attacker tactic, there's been some slight bug and weird interactions. So no one's been able to really do any proper testing to try and figure out how anything works. And then the forum post yesterday, Kabam announced that they're going back to Conduit for the next season of Alliance War, which is it's not the best scenario in my opinion, but it is what it is, and they're doing it to have a workaround. I know, especially in the battle group that I am, the officers there, and the officers everywhere, even in GT, I've been speaking to 1 or 2 of them. And they're a bit unhappy just because of how much work and effort they've gone to, and they've talked people into doing certain rank ups for the new tactic and things like that. So I can understand, and I can fully understand if anyone had any quarrels or issues. But they're just trying to put the season on. Personally, in my opinion, I'd say let's just pause it and maybe see what happens if they can get a quick fix to actually bring it back to the way it was going to be. But it's up to them, it's their game, so we just run with it. And then, yeah, so that happened. By the time this video is out, I will have done one more rank 4, and that was a rank 4 Void. So I did rank 4 Void. I haven't fully sigged him up at the moment, because for the majority of the time he's going to be on Alliance War defense. And realistically, if Void's signature level comes into play on defense, then I should probably sell him because he's not been a very good Void. And that's pretty much in terms of defense and how it goes. I do have the resources to do one more rank 4 right now. I am looking at the champion and trying to review which one I think is going to be best for my account. But with Conduit, again, coming back, one, I was quite happy to see it go before, just because I wasn't really a big fan of the tactic and the way that it all worked out. But sure, these things just happen. So the bans for next season, especially in the top alliances, are going to be very, very interesting. I think now you could probably see maybe a mix of between like 6 or 7 champions that get banned constantly. Especially because, in my opinion, there is 2 huge champions, maybe 3 huge champions actually, who are now going to be very, very strong, sick and tired attackers. And one of them definitely cannot be banned because they're on the whitelist. So, be interesting to see how they move on with the other choices. But yeah, so that's me in terms of War. I've gone back to SSX now. They're competing in Battlegrounds. They're competing in Alliance War. Again, for the top 20 sort of Masters spot, when I spoke to the officers, I did approach them and say, look, I wasn't looking for a top 3 or a top 1 push anymore, and they fully understood, so I do appreciate that. I know the people here, they're good people. When it was announced I was coming here, I did get a few messages, people saying like hell yeah and stuff, so I appreciate that. It's good. It's good. I just feel like I just needed at least that one season break, and we'll see how this one goes. Hopefully a relatively small amount of stress. Sadly for SSX last season, they did finish very, very close to Masters. They were top spot of Platinum 1 if I remember rightly, so it was just on the cusp. But they've had some new additions, Simula, MP Blaze and stuff coming in too. Yeah, it should be good. It should be a laugh. Again, everybody in the main chats and the battle group chats seem to be having a good laugh and being ready for everything that's coming up next. So it's good to be around. Hopefully, in terms of my account as well, we're doing a few new rank 4s and a few prestige options and stuff like that. Hopefully we get an AQ buff that will be coming anytime soon for the rewards, because the Battlegrounds and Alliance War rewards are very, very good. In a few weeks we will have the Cyber Weekend event. I was trying to think of the actual word for them. So that should be good. I do currently have the units saved up. I do currently have 18,000 units saved up, ready for that. And yeah, hopefully a few more rank 4s. But with the Battleground store the way it is right now, I'm just trying to grab as many T5 basic as what I can, just to do a few more rank 3s, because if I can get to 60 or 70 rank 3s, that will make me a bit happier. Here, doing the incursions run midway through, I had enough artifacts to open one of the Hyperion crystals, and I just missed. But it was a first time pull of Hela, so you've got to be happy with that. And here you can see me just showing the screenshot of getting to zone 25. But it's been a busy time, just not really been around like my PC and streaming, or streaming at reasonable times, or just had other people around and stuff. It's just been one of them sort of occasions and just them points of time. So I apologise for the inactivity, but hopefully it should be picking up very, very soon. And yeah, really again appreciate everyone that's been around the channel for a while, sticks around, still comments, likes, subscribes. Again, it's all massively appreciated. The donations as well from the last few streams and that did, again, huge shout out to you guys. Massive appreciation. And hopefully I will keep catching people going forward in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a brilliant day, and I'll catch you in the next one.